Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Live with Tay. I'm your girl Tay. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know we have real conversations with amazing people you need to know. And then I always give you something to add to your playlist. Listen, today's guest, in my opinion, doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. Hailing from the streets of the 804, I remember this guy just being a guy that loved music and always stayed true to himself. From cassette tapes, the Nine Factor, to always throwing a bomb party. Well, last year, he stepped into the spoken word arena with the 7 No.1s, which was Grammy nominated. And now he's back for Grammy consideration yet again for his follow-up project, Words for Days, Volume 1. Y'all go ahead and show some love to the legendary, iconic, the professor of all things hip-hop and music, Mr. Mad Skillz. What up,
Yo, what's up though?
Skillz? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have to say, before I even kick it off, thank you. I remember years ago,
Hmm.
Bird Park.
Yeah,
And everybody is like, Skills, he got bars, he got, everybody always got something to say. And
right.
I remember looking at you and thinking, wow, he's just a dreamer. Like you're somebody who had a dream, and to
Hmm.
see you do all of the things that you have done since Bird Park on a Sunday,
Yeah,
you have truly evolved. And from me to you, thank you for being an example of what it takes or what can happen when
right.
you show up authentically as yourself and
Yeah.
follow. So
Nah,
uh
man, I
thank
appreciate
you.
that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So you people know you as being the wrap up man, which kills me
Hmm.
because y'all know he do more than those wrap ups, right?
Right.
Um, and the party starter, but you stepped into spoken word officially last year.
Hmm.
What was your thought process on why you were like, you know what? I'll go ahead and throw this out here for the people.
Well, it was at the behest of one of my friends, a guy named Adam Blackstone, who we had collaborated on I want to say this was the 50th year hip hop.
Mm-hmm,
So the
mm-hmm,
year before that, I had did the Jay-Z. I had written the Jay-Z Rock and Roll Hall of Fame montage, and then I did the 50 year, the 50 year hip hop wrap up at the BET Awards. And
mm-hmm.
he approached me after that, and he was like, "Yo, man, you should really think about doing like a spoken word project." And I was like, you think so? He was like, yeah. I was like, man, I don't really have nothing that might fall into that era. Then he was like, what you mean, bro? I like, yeah, I know I do words and all, but it's not really like spoken word. He was like, well, so what is it that we just did at the BET Awards? And I was like, it was poetic. He was like, if it's poetic, it was a poem. And I was like, I mean, yeah, okay, I give you that. He was like, so what about the Jay-Z thing where people were speaking the words? And I was like, oh, like, oh. And he was like, nah, man, like I really think you should consider it. And we ended up talking on the text, and he sent me some tracks. And I had started working on a album that was gonna be a rap album. And
Mm-hmm.
it was about things that happened in my life that changed the direction of my life, right?
Mm,
Like, so I had already did 2 songs, and they were long, just because they were so wordy. And
mm-hmm.
I went back and listened to those songs, and I redid them, and I just kind of just slowed down, took my time, and I spoke them because I wanted
Mm-hmm.
it to almost kind of feel like poetic, but audio book,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
just you know what I mean, with music. And I sent them to him, and he was like, "Bro, these are perfect. Keep going. Like keep
Mm.
keep working on these." And I did the album, and once I listened to it, I was like, yeah, now I don't know if this gonna come out like this too personal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And
Mhm.
I come from a place of how I grew up was, what I mean, what happens in this house stays in this
Stays.
house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we don't put our business in the street. You know what I mean? But people kept telling me like, no, man, you should put this out. Like this could help somebody else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I I took I took the advice, and next thing you know, we we get Grammy nominated.
Boom, that
Yeah,
part.
that part.
That and it is for anybody watching that you've been under a rock or maybe you missed it. Definitely go back and run it up because
Yeah.
you definitely did your thing, and it was very therapeutic for those listening. Very
Hmm.
therapeutic. You're such a great storyteller. Like you just are. Like you just when you
Thank you.
talk, it makes people be like, "Tell me more. Tell me
Hmm.
more." Type of situation. And so now words for days. So I'm gonna be
Yes.
trans. I thought Skillz is going through a phase. He's getting older. He's just going to put out this project and then he's gonna go back to doing what Skillz does.
Right.
I can admit I said it. So, but then when I hear, oh, y'all heard Skillz' new project? I'm like, what do you mean? He's back. And when he's
Hmm.
back, Words for Days were the 7 number ones, in my opinion, was very, it was good.
Hmm.
But Words for Days, it hit so differently, and just the creativeness. 8 tracks, 28 minutes, where I feel like we wanted more, but you just
Right.
get it's like that appetizer. It's like
Hmm.
I'm gonna give y'all this soup.
Sprinkle it in.
Yeah, just a little
Salt,
sprinkle.
salt day. Yeah.
Yeah, thing. So what made you come back with this project for days?
For me, I'm a concept guy, right? So I
Mm-hmm,
love concepts. You give me a good idea, and I can run with it. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
All of my greatest accomplishments in music and all of the wrap up or whatever, they've
yeah,
all started with a good idea. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
So once I did the 7 number ones, um, I thought about it, and I came up. I got stuck on that number like 7. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
Like godly number. I tried to stay close to that number, and I started thinking about what we go through, how each day makes us feel. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? Like, and every day we get up, and some of us do the same thing every day. Some of us do different things every day. But one thing we got all in common is when it's Monday, it's Monday. When it's Sunday for all of us. It might be
yeah,
football, it might be when it's the weekend for all of us. Like so,
mm-hmm,
I started to think about how each day feels. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? Like, what do you feel like on a Monday? Like, what happens on Sunday? Sunday is our holy day. We rest, we recharge. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah,
weekend, like, and then by Thursday we kind of getting ready for the weekend. So I started to think about the ideology of what each day entails and how we get through them as people. And I was like, okay, this can't just be my my interpretation of the days of the week. Like I want to bring in other people, and they might
mm-hmm.
Monday might be a rest day, or you know what I'm saying. So I brought in other poets and singers from my city who
Woo!
I feel like deserve, because poetry isn't, it's not a thing that people, you don't really see it performed a lot on main stages.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of been pushed to the back room, but I want to be able to bring light to these voices and some of these artists and their thoughts, and they deserve to be heard just as much as anybody else. So a lot of times people, I always tell people, like, a lot of times people be thinking, oh, I want to network up, I want to get my song up to so and so, I want to get my movie up to so and so, and I'm like, bro, sometimes you just gotta look network
Yeah,
across.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
looked around to the people that I felt were good and deserved to be heard, and we made an amazing album. And what's so crazy is the first day that I made this joint, the first day that I made the music, just the music for it alone, me and my homeboy Gavin and
Oh,
some
yes.
talented musicians from the city, we did on the first day we did like 48 songs, just beats, no words to
No,
them, just
okay.
beats. So I
Okay.
only used 8. So I'm like, I got enough music to,
Ooh, it's
you know what I'm
cooking.
saying, just
Ooh,
keep making volumes and inviting more people. You know what I mean? I
mhm.
love the concept of Words for Days. It's a double entendre. Um, because people are like, oh, he a rapper. He could rap forever. And I'm like, no, actually, it's it's a song for every day. It's a,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So yeah, Sunday service, Mondays
Ooh,
blues.
Gavin, hold up.
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
service, Gavin. Like for those of you all that haven't listened to it, please do. But you got to listen in order. Like you said, it is a
Yes.
story, right? And so I'm going to encourage y'all, whenever you do listen, even if you listen, today's a Thursday, start
Mm-hmm.
off with whatever
Start
day
there and then wrap the week around.
you
Yeah.
do it, because it truly is so creative. So I heard it on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has sent it to me, and I was like, okay, hmm, and literally, it Monday's blues. Like everything that you go through, you're like, oh, if you ain't telling the truth on, I
Yeah.
mean, like so much truth to all of the stories, and applaud you. And maybe it's personal for me because I know some of these artists, I know them and their
Mm-hmm.
work. I've seen them. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you live with them and you think to yourself, oh, they so good. But
Right. Right. Right.
applaud you for using your platform to say, hey, let me introduce you to Gavin. Let me
Yeah.
introduce you to Radio B. Like, let me, Kia, all of these people that
Mm-hmm.
we know, but now the world gets to
Right.
hear them and
Right.
appreciate their gifts. And so for me, that's what makes it Grammy winning. Like, I feel like it's
Right.
already it's already a win, but the world is going to be able to see that. And so y'all come together, you come up with the concept. Um, what are you hoping that people feel when they hit play? So when they start off on whatever day of the week, what was your hope, or what is your hope that people really do when they listen to this project?
I hope that they come, and sit down with an open mind and hear and see themselves. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? The blessing that is, you know, to be able to see another day. You know what I'm saying? Like on Monday Struggles, I talk about how, we all drag through Monday. It's another Monday because the weekend's over, and now we got to go back to our starting our regular routine, or it's the start of a long week, and Friday and Saturday seem so far away, but it's a blessing because it's some people that didn't get to see that Monday. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So um to think about it in the ideology of this is still a blessing, even though I'm straggling through it.
Struggle.
My boss getting on my nerves. I came back to work, all these emails. It's a blessing to be able to be above ground, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, on that day. And I think that should come with every day. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I don't think anybody has ever really dove into what a week is, or what a
Mhm.
week can compel you to do, and how to move, and you know what I mean. And it's basically just saying, just count your blessings, man. Like, yeah, every day is a blessing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And my grandma used to say that. You know what I mean? Like, I would be like, "How you doing, grandma?" She'd be like, "I'm still kicking." You know what I mean? I ain't that high. I ain't kicking that high, but I'm still kicking. You know what I
I love
mean? Like, and I think if we stay here long enough and we're able to see our kids grow, and you know what I mean, and experience life, then we'll be those people. You know what I
mm,
mean? We probably got, more time behind us than we do in front of us. So
right.
just to be able to stop for a second and smell the roses and appreciate the days. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So for you, and again, you speak with so much wisdom. For those of you all that are just tuning in, run it back to the beginning, because I love the fact that Skills, like, I was just talking to my friend Adam Blackstone. I had just done little something for Jay-Z's Rock and Folk. Like, it's so, like, you're so humble. Like, you're just like, this is the day in the life of Mad Skillz, right? Like, it where other people are like, wow, he does this. It's just your life. It's just
Yeah.
you're operating in your gifts. So take us on your journey. For somebody watching that is talented, they're a creative, they have this business, they're just starting. How you've been in the game, I feel like is way over 20 years. I feel like
It's
I'm
30. It's close. We pushing on 30. Yeah.
oh, um,
Yeah.
but you stayed, and you've always stayed true to your craft. What has
Mhm.
helped you be able to do that?
Um, I love music, number
Mm,
one, right? So music, people always ask me like, how do you do so much? And you teaching class, and then you making poetry albums, and then you writing for other people, and I'm like, the common denominator is music.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? I love music. I don't know where I would be, what kind of
but,
life I would have if it wasn't for music. If somebody told me I couldn't listen to no more music, I don't know what I would do with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's
mm,
been such a pivotal part of my life. And I think we all have it. And what I tell people all the time is, even when I'm DJing parties, you know what I mean? I'm DJing to trigger a memory, right? So
yeah,
that's the first thing. I'm not just there to just be a jukebox or a Spotify playlist. I'm there
yeah.
to play that song, and the first thing you think about is your college roommate and how y'all used to be, you know what I mean, getting ready to go out, and that was the jam when y'all freshman year. That's what I'm trying to do.
It
So
works. If y'all have not been to a skills party, I'm telling you, if he comes to your city, don't even think about it. Because it's
yeah,
always you, and you take you. I say you're the true pioneer of digging in a crate. Because you'll
mhm,
play something that you ain't heard this in a long time at a party.
mhm.
It ain't your regular,
Right,
degular, the
right,
same songs that's coming in, and your mashups are sickening. Like
yeah,
it's like, oh, did he just do that? And so music is your life. Like it's in
yeah.
your DNA. Um,
And it's planned, like it's strategically planned, like, so if I'm watching and I'm reading, or I'll read the room, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
So if I'm watching, and if I play this song and then people start talking to each other, they start going to the bar, then I'm like, all right, cool, let me get them back real quick. You know what I
uh-huh,
mean? So, and I also think about to myself, don't get me wrong, like some records are automatic instant reaction, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but when I think about these artists, I think about their biggest records, and what will make sure that people connect with, but I also think of that other record. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like, so it's like, so if I say BBD, right, you gonna hear Poison in the
poison.
party, right? Right.
Right.
So ba boom, car, cool. We got that. Did that girl is Poison. But when I go left and hit you with If It Isn't Love,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Or I Thought It Was Me. Like
Woo!
or Do Me Baby. That's the one that make the person go, oh, I see what you did there. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that is in turn is how people end up coming to you at the end of the night and being like, yo, I literally danced all
Mm,
night. Like, how did
mhm,
you do that? That was planned. I planned that. You
mm,
know what I'm saying?
mm.
And just from knowing what works and what doesn't, that's what makes people remember you. Because I want you to be like, yo, who the DJ? Bruh, who is that? You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't know, by the time you leave, like, yo, what's your Instagram? Well, you got a card? You know what I mean? That means
Look,
you
you bring
really
you.
did. Right. You do weddings, yo. Like, that's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, and you definitely achieve it because I definitely, again, I like to let people know the full story. The 90s R&B brunch, 90s
Yes.
girl
90s
R&B
girl
brunch.
brunch. Yes.
Tell those that have not watched it because I done watched it a couple of times because it's
Mm-hmm.
just so heartfelt because I follow you on social media, so I remember the beginning and the evolution. And so you do all of these things. Why was it so important for you to document that journey and allow everybody to get in on it in case they were unaware of uh of the 90s girl?
I knew I was in the middle of something special, right? So, pandemic, we
Mm,
all at home. We can't go nowhere. We don't know what's going on with the state of the world. We done watched every Netflix show. We done watched, so we on our phones a lot more than we were before the pandemic. So of
mhm,
course you got, the DJs, D Nice is on. So
yeah,
what I was doing was I was broadcasting, I was DJing live, but what I did was I accidentally created I guess a sorority out
It
of
was
people.
it was purpose. But go
It's
ahead.
like these women would come to the stream every week, and they started to interact in ways that I had never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was doing it every Saturday and Sunday during the pandemic, and I knew it was special maybe after like the fourth one. You know,
Mm.
I'm DJing, but I'm reading the chat, and I'm like, yo, where's so and so at? And then somebody in the chat said, oh, Skill, she went out of town this week and she went to go see her mom. And I'm like,
How you know?
how you know that? You know what I mean? So I started to document it after that, and then when we finally met in person,
Mm.
it was like a family reunion of people
Mm-hmm.
that never met each other. It's the craziest shit I ever seen. Like they
Mm-hmm.
still, to this day, they still stick together. They go to Essence. Some of them went to Breezy Bowl together. They support each other's kids, and it's crazy, man. So I documented it and I made a film about it, and it's on YouTube, and it's called Mad Skillz and the '90s Girl Brunch.
Y'all
And
definitely check it out.
yeah, family, man. Like that's my family. Like
And that's
we
really it. So if you're watching this, like that's that picture is the crew. Those
yeah,
are
that's some of them, but it's way more. You
the
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, but all of those people never even knew each other
Mm,
before that stream started.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
I think it goes along with the power of music and your gift,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
I truly believe that when you were purposed, when you were created, God said, you know what? I'm gonna give him this gift of music, and your music has truly not only just fueled you, but you've shared it with so many people, and you've created some masterpieces and some memories and experiences. When I think of a party, ain't nothing like a party when Skillz is on them. It just isn't, you set the bar, because
Right.
now when you go other places, no shade or anything to anybody else, but when you experience something, your expectation now.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if you go to a really good soul food restaurant,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then 2 months later you visiting somebody, they're like, yo, I'm gonna take you to so and so's, and you sit down and you like, yo,
This
this
ain't
ain't
it.
got nothing on. Whoop
Right.
whoop de whoop. Like that's because that person, that first restaurant put care and love into, you could tell. You
And
know
you
what I'm
can
saying? You
taste
could
it,
just
feel it.
tell. Like this fast food, that right there was made with love. Like so it's a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. And so, what's next for Skills, right? Like, and I know people ask those questions all the time, but we're in the final stretch of 2025. So as you're thinking 2025, 2026, what's next for you on the horizon?
What I've realized um lately in my it's two things that I've realized is that I don't enjoy experiencing things by myself anymore, right? So I'm at a place now where I
Mm,
want to take other people on a journey. You know what I'm
hmm.
saying? I don't like if I can go rent out the amusement park and just take my kids, that shit ain't no fun. Like
Right.
I want to call the homies like, yo, bring your kids, man. We ain't gotta wait no lines, everything free. Like they boom, boom. I enjoy watching other people get closer to their dreams. So what
Mm,
I realize is that if I can be the vessel for that, then that gives me satisfaction to be able to watch other people, enjoy their journey. And secondly, I have realized that as much as I love music, as much as it shaped, who I am and what I do, I can't I can't tell all these stories in a music format, right? In a song
mm,
format. So
hmm.
I've started writing films, TV shows.
Hmm.
I sit back and I look at, the landscape of where we are, and how we consume content, and
Mm,
and what I realize is not everybody has everything, but most people got one of these,
yeah.
right? So I'm starting to think of ways to tell these stories in other formats, which is will be film and television shows, movies, You know what I mean? Things of that nature. So I'll write down the idea now and I'll be like, yeah, that's a TV show. That's a 10 episode TV show. That's not a song. You can't, you know what I mean? That idea is too good for 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. That idea needs to be a song or a
Yeah,
film.
a
So
film, something that we could watch weekly. And
yes, yes, yes.
came to mind, but I'm going to tell you after the recording because I'm going to share it with you. But yeah, we'll
Okay.
talk about it.
Okay.
It's something just in my head. But and so I could definitely see it film. I see a book. I think that
Yes. Yeah, I'm working on that too.
cool. Okay, because you
Yeah.
are. When we said professor, he literally was going to make me want to go to school again. Because when I saw, I'm like, and I think I have messaged you. I was like, Skillz, can we just go? I want to sit in the back of the class. Like, how can we take the class? Because
I'm like you have to be an enrolled college student. This ain't this is a for real class at a real college. Like
right. Well,
yeah.
salute to you, because you definitely are paving the way and leaving a legacy to help those that are coming after us to understand the history and
Yeah.
to have greater appreciation. It's one thing for people to say, "Oh, these kids don't know about hip hop. They don't know
Right.
about
Yeah.
it." But you're definitely
Teach them. Yeah.
teaching and putting them in spaces or using your platform and your voice to be able to change that narrative. So
Mhm.
salute to you, because I think it was Carter. Is it Carter's interlude on?
Yes. Yes. That's probably gonna be the next video.
Oh my goodness. I
She
can't wait
she's a
for Carter.
young poet. Her mom was in the 90s girl brunch. So from
Wow.
following her mom and following her, I'm seeing her daughter and she's posted and she's like, yeah, she does like poetry slam. She's like 10. And I'm like, yo, she's really good. And she's like, I'm just, I'm watching my child and helping them, encourage them to, chase their gift. And I was
Uh,
like, once the album came around, I was like, I have to find a way to get her on here.
mm,
Um, and that's probably gonna be the next video. I already asked her mom, I was like, yo, you think we could shoot that video? She was like, of course. Like, just tell us what we need
oh,
to do. So
well,
yeah.
I hope to get you on live with Tay because Carter is a whole vibe.
Yes, she is. She
And
is.
I just tell it just from that little, because I was like, wait, like, give us more. Like, what happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so definitely kudos to you for, again, using your platform and giving back to
Yeah.
people and using it for the betterment of the culture as a whole, not
Yeah.
just Mad Skillz. So before we get up out of here, it's my custom to ask some fun questions. And I can't
Okay.
lie, I can't wait to hear what your responses are. So,
All right.
first question, you have worked with a little bit of everybody, but if
Mm-hmm.
you could do a dream collaboration with someone past or present that you haven't done already, who would it be and why?
Michael Jackson and Prince. Yeah. Because they didn't like each other. So to be in
So
the studio, I would love to be in the studio with Michael Jackson and Prince and then Stevie Wonder like being like the mediator. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
okay,
Like
I I see that in my head
and,
now.
and both of them having such a respect for Stevie that they kind of stay in line. Like I ain't going, I'm not gonna do nothing crazy because Stevie here. You know what I mean?
Right. Respect.
I would
Yeah.
love to see something like that. I would love to be in that room. You
Mm.
know what I mean?
I can see you pinning something magical for that too. So that's a
Man, that
that
song
will
will change your life.
definitely, definitely. All right. And so music is definitely your love language. It's the thing that it is in your DNA. So give us
Mhm.
three songs, and they can include any of yours that are on your playlist right now that us watching, we got to pull up our playlist and add it. So give us something good. It could be past, new. Give us three. Give us three.
Okay. Three songs. Slow Down by Loose Ends,
Ooh,
right?
slow.
Which I think is a quintessential uh R&B 80s record.
Mm-hmm.
Um there is a song that Stevie Wonder made called Don't You Worry About a Thing,
Mm.
right? And let me think, I'm trying to think of one that people might not be up on. Um This one might not be up, but it's by the same producer that did the first one. It was a song called "All Falls Down" by this group called Five Star.
You better know all falls down, all falls down. Ooh!
So those are probably three that that just make me, feel good, and they always put me in a good mood. And of course, my number one of all time, even though you didn't ask, is "Optimistic" by Sounds of Blackness,
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's a
which
good
is
one.
it's in the film actually.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh fuck, you done got me thinking now. As soon as I hang up, I'll be like, oh fuck, because I used to think I was in a
That was
video.
listen. That was a bop. That was a whole
that
bop.
that definitely is. It definitely is. And so, Skillz, thank you so much
Yeah,
for taking some time. The busiest man. But this one was something that I wanted to be able to use my platform to let any and everybody that I know who is a Grammy voting has those privileges.
yeah,
Please, a Grammy consideration,
yeah,
best word poetry album, Mad Skillz,
yeah.
Words for Days,
And
Volume
if
1.
if you're voting in the urban category anyway, if you're voting for best rap or best R&B album or best new R&B artist, it's already in that category. So you ain't
Mm,
even gotta go outside to go look for it. You just scroll, and best spoken word poetry album is right in there as well.
listen. And reason number 585 million why we all need to be, if you can be in a position to be a part of this amazing organization or be able to have those privileges, you should take advantage of it.
Yes.
Because it's something that not only it's more than just the Grammys, but it is a platform that helps us use our passion and our love
Mhm.
of music to help educate and
Yeah.
make sure that we're doing the right thing in
Yeah.
the community. So, all right,
That's
y'all,
perfect.
this girl Pep Talk Tay, always putting you down with the hottest like words for days and having real conversations with people that you need to know, like Mad Skillz. If you enjoyed this today, which I know that you did, I need you to like it, share it, comment, all of the things. Until next time, y'all, we out. Bye.